everyone, this is NelsonJM again, and right now we want to look at the full process of the Waec 2026 offline biometric registration. Now, the offline biometric registration is a process that you need to follow in order to get students ready for Waec, probably getting their exam numbers and their ID cards. So to complete this process, first of all, you need to download the software. I have already made a video about where and how to download this software. So if you skip that video, please go back to the videos of downloading the Waec 2026 examination. Just search on your Google Waec offline biometric software. It will likely take you to the portal, but if not, look at the description of this video. You will find the link to download that very software. It's a straightforward process and you would need to follow it step by step. You see the list of softwares you need to install and then the instructions on the screen. So what are you supposed to do? Let's assume I have downloaded this software for the first time. All I need to do is to come on the application on my desktop and click to open. Now if you click to open, if you see the prompt that came up as if it was loading, it means that the first thing the software does when you are trying to launch it is to check if there is an update that is higher than what you have. Right now we have version 26.01, which means they were 26.00 and the like. So what should you do? You are a new user, you just downloaded this software and then you are graced with this screen. No sign up, no nothing. What you are going to do is to use the default username and password. The default username and password helps tells the software that okay, please, this is a new user, open the registration screen for this very user. This user want to register. So the default username and password is, the username is principal and the password is school. The moment you put principal and school, you are now graced with this screen to add yourself as a user. So first you need a user ID. It's just like a username and it must be unique. If there is a username that is already registered and that is what you are trying to put, they will inform you. Then the full name have to be at least two, your first name and your surname, or your surname and your first name. It has to be at least two. You are not allowed to enter only one name here. Secondly, the email need to be Yahoo or Gmail, not Ymail. Yahoo or Yahoo or Ymail is not allowed, so it has to be a Gmail account. That is what they are meaning by here. Thirdly is your phone number. As for Nigeria, this phone number is your 11-digit phone number. Remember, it starts with 090807 and things like that. That's what you are supposed to enter. You need to start with the 0 because it's 11 digits. So you need to enter the phone number correctly. Then the next thing is you can choose a password. Your password can go with between the length of 1 to 16 if you want, because the username you are creating for the offline software is not that important, so it doesn't have to be a complicated value and to make you be cracking your head and things like that. So after you have done entering this information, all you need to do is to click on create account. Remember, you need to be connected to the internet. If you are not connected to the internet, this process will not go through because it's registering you to the Waec database as a user of their software. Is that understood? You are getting registered as a user of their software. So after that, you proceed to login. After a successful registration, you proceed to login. Now let's login. So now that you are logging, you see on my screen it says your system is offline. It's because if I'm connected to the internet, it will notice and turn it to online. My system is online. It gives me the date and things like that, and some important information appears on the screen. If this is your first time, you would have other informations that pop up as well, including the e-study link and things like that. All of those things will appear on this screen. Now, these procedures are quite similar to the Waec, but you have to be understanding about what you are supposed to do. The first thing you are supposed to do is that your school need to acquire a digital license that allows them the use of this software. That license costs 500 naira at the Waec state office. And how do you do that? Come to administration. You see add license. When you click on add license, you enter the license key and put add key. The moment you put add key, remember you are connected to the internet to do this. The moment you do add key, it verifies the key and then proceeds to add your schools to the system. Like in my state, all government schools uses one single key. So every school that is a public school uses one single key because the governor pays for it. But for private schools, each school need to obtain their own license key. So that's something you don't need to bypass. Even if you don't do it now, you must have to pay for it. It's 500 naira, so you might not notice anything if you do this. Now, after this process has been done, you have added the key. It automatically adds the school to the list of schools that can be registered on this very system. Remember, the same key can be used on multiple systems, and so on and so forth. So after you have added your school, we now have to register the school. In registering the school, you need to enter your Waec pin, the 17-digit number that includes the center number and another 10-digit number that comes attached. So when you enter the pin, the next thing is to select the state you are trying to register your center. Select the local government. Next, any school that have been added to the license, you will find them here. Like these ones are private schools, these ones are government schools. So all of them are added. Let's assume they all have their license. Click. But if you don't have a license, let me select Abuja for example. You see, it says there is no license school, because the moment you have a license in a particular state, you would find out that the list of schools that are eligible within that very state will appear on your screen under here. So but now in this very state, there's no school that has a valid license. Is that understood? So that's it. You need to have a valid Waec registration license. So down now, I'll select any of the schools if I want. Gender, mix. Sponsorship, government. Save this. Make sure the CAS is the CAS pin is inserted. So let me assume the CAS pin for this school is 435. Okay, 4351112. So we have additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's save this. We have now saved it. That is not the CAS pin for the school, but I need to connect to the internet for me to open the pull data from CAS screen now. So if your condition is the same, the next place you need to do is to pull the data from the online CAS database. Pull data from CAS. I'm not connected to the internet, so it says internet is required. This is just the process of registering your school. After you have registered your school successfully, you would have to pull your candidates and things like that, and a lot of things might look very well. So here, candidates pull data from CAS. Right now my system is online, so I'll click pull data from CAS. Just wait for it to come. So if this is my first time of doing this, I'll just come and select all, and it tells you the total number of candidates you have, and I'll then just do add candidate to the registration list. Good. The moment you have added candidate to the registration list, you will find out that these candidates come in here, and you would have all of them. This treated button will not display. It's displaying for me because my candidates are treated, so this one will not display like this. This student is not treated. So after this, what next? The next thing is to register the candidate. Remember, you need the Microsoft HD 3000 camera. The Microsoft HD 3000 camera, that's what is required. Then the digital pass now, or any biometric version that supports the digital pass now firmware, like the Xenox and others. So that's it for now. We now select the student from here. Remember, we have registered the school, we have pulled our data. We now proceed to registration. This is now the official registration form. The registration form contains the name of the student, date of birth, it asks you for email, it asks you for GSM number, it asks you for state of origin, it asks you for local government, it asks you for the national identification number of the student. Then down here you enter the subjects of the student. As I told you that trade course is not more compulsory, so that is the current rule on this very application. This Waec for 2026, the current rule is that trade course is not compulsory. Previously, if you click before this current update, and for those who are going to be having the old update, you have not updated your application, trade course is compulsory. But the current rule on this software, trade course is not compulsory. So what are you supposed to do? You see, let's say if I select agriculture, it goes. It is not a trade course, but it goes. Then biology, chemistry, physics, and all these are going in. Maximum of 9. Is that understood? Trade course is not compulsory. So look at the trade courses that are expected: beauty and cosmetology, computer hardware and GSM, fashion design, horticulture and crop production, livestock farming, solar, photovoltaic, and all these. They are required courses, but they are not compulsory. So if it was compulsory, it's the first thing you are supposed to select, any of this, as far as you have them in CAS. That's what you're supposed to select. So that's it for Waec. After you are done with this process, let me try to do some little exercise. Let me start my camera and see. Okay, this procedure I'm going to follow, it's not the ideal procedure, but I'll try to make sure that my camera picks me up at this very point. And for me to allow my camera to pick me on the practice moment, I need to change my disability status. If I change my disability, the camera should be able to capture me even without any proper position. That's by the way, because after this, the next screen that is supposed to come up after I submit is the biometric screen, and it allows you to capture 2 fingers twice. Let's say you want to use the left thumb and the right thumb. What you do is to use the capture the left thumb twice and then capture the right thumb twice. That's how you complete your Waec Ssce registration and biometric capture. After that, the next process you have to follow is to download your report. You have completed your registration successfully. The next thing is to download your report. So what are the type of report? 1 is the list of candidates. 2 is the detailed registration, detailed registered candidates. This one is the one that contains their passport, the name of the subject they selected, the score they have on the subject, and then many other information, include their date of birth and their CAS reference number. Those things appears on this very form. The next thing is the subject summary. The subject summary is the summary of all the subjects that have been selected by students within the school by the agenda. So agriculture, 26 males selected agriculture, 23 females selected agriculture, a total of 49. Biology, 16 male, and this is how the subject summary comes. These are some of the requirements you need to submit to the Waec State Office for you to complete your payment for Waec. So the board will always ask you for this information, for this data, and you have to submit it to them, and as well as the Waec State Office. So in order not to display these people data, I'll just let's see the list. So let's say this is the list of students that I have, and that's it. So after you have printed your report, what else can you do? The next thing is looking for upload. Probably if you have done that, you need to go to the state office, make your payment, they give you a pin. After they give you that pin, the next thing for you to do is to come to this point and click sign up. Okay, you go to the state office and make payment, they give you a pin. After they have given you the pin, you come here and insert the pin. After you insert the pin, it pulls up the school name, it pulls up the school type, the school address, and things like that. Then it asks you to select user ID. Remember, when you were creating your account for this application, to use the application, you created a user ID and things like that. But this user ID is for the school. It is the user ID you use to upload data for only that very school, and that is only allowed until they have validated your PIN. When they validate your PIN, you put a security question, exam officer's phone number, you give the school phone number, the principal phone number. Then an email can be for the school, for the principal, for the whichever one. That's the procedure from here. We are going to look at uploading in detail when I have a valid pin with me. So if there's any question about Waec Ssce, please do well to comment on this video. Like I said in the other video, the budget for this channel is over 1.2 million, including the electricity, the 360,000 naira for Starlink, and also some other petty budgets that go on. But if you are willing, look at the account number at the end of this video, send in your support, your name, and probably you will be included on the shout out list on our website nelsonic.com.ng. and on that very portal we are setting up a link where you will be able to download all your required software, so that you don't have to be going to one portal or the other to be finding the documents to download. So thank you for watching this episode, and see you in the next one.